Welcome back. In the last episode, I had said I'm going to break down all the responsibilities of a security officer, and now we are going to deal with incident handling. Incident handling is the structured process used to identify, respond to, manage, recover from unexpected events that disrupt operation, threaten security, or impact service quality. We are going to deal with one security incident. That is, let's for example, an employee tried to steal a rim of papers. So the first thing a security officer who is stationed at main gate, for example, what he will do is to intercept and identify the individual or the suspect. The second thing is secure the rims of papers. Verify whether the person has authorization, key pass or approval to remove the items. And then number 4 is the inform your supervisor or security manager about the incident. And then number 5 is record a statement from the individual or the witnesses. Then number 6 is you do what's called, you document the incident in the occurrence book and prepare the incident report. Number 7 is you hand over the matter to the management or the police if the theft is suspected. And then now I want to take you through what's called a report. How you do a report as a security officer. So number 1, you do what's called the subject heading of the matter. For example, interception of an employee with a reams of papers. That is the heading of your report. And then the body now, you will come and start. For example, you are on duty at around 5 p.m. That's the time the employees are leaving the institution. For example, school or a factory. So you will start with the time. That is the approximate time. That is 5 p.m. in the evening. That is the time that you got the suspect. Then you indicate the date on your report. And then what were you doing? That was the routine search or screening of the employees while leaving the premise. And then you indicate also the individual was in possession of several reams of papers while attempting to leave the premise. And then you do what's called the inquiry. That is in the second paragraph of your report. You do what's called inquiry. The individual was requested to produce authorization of the documents for items verification. If the individual was had a permission to live with the items. And then the second thing is you establish whether the papers had been legitimately issued for removal from the premise. You come to that paragraph. If you identify that the individual didn't have the gate passes or the authorization to live with the reams of papers, what you do is you retain the items. That is pending verification, and all the matter will immediately be reported to your supervisor for further guidance. So you will immediately, after retaining the reams of papers, you inform your supervisor. That is the chief security officer or the chief in charge. And then the incident was then recorded in occurrence book, and investigation was initiated to establish the ownership and intended movement of the papers. So what you will do, you will inform your supervisor, and then the supervisor will then record the incident in an occurrence book and establish the investigation. And then the last part of your report you will do is what was the further action that was taken based of the outcomes of the verification and investigation. For example, if the person who has been doing the same for a period of time, and now you have found the suspect, he has been stealing the rims of papers in your company, so you will start. What you will do is write a recommendation. For example, if inside an office where the rims of papers is being stored, there is lapse in the security, so we will either recommend install the CCTV cameras so that you can help in real monitoring of the incidences, or you can have a security officer be in that office or the exit where the rims of papers is being stored, so that it can be recording employees entry and exit. In your last part of your report, you will then write your name. That is, for example, if you are Philip, you will write your name, your signature, and the date that incidents happened, and that your report will be full and complete. Thank you for listening to me.